And so it's important for all of us to realize that when we deploy soldiers to faraway places, service members who have volunteered to go forward in the face of danger, many times when they come home, they do have issues that they must confront, health issues, and it's important that we help them. Abraham Lincoln said during the Civil War, it's the duty of all of us on the home front to take good care of those who have borne the battle. And that's exactly what the Veterans Court movement is all about. It's designed to make sure that we are sensitive and understand that there are very serious ailments that can afflict a service member during their service. It may be post-traumatic stress disorder or traumatic brain injury or other debilitating illnesses, and it's important that we be sensitive in our judicial system to make sure that all of those who have worn the uniform of our country are treated in a proper way when they come home. I do want to emphasize that the law that I'm going to be signing here today is one that is a stern law. It understands the fundamental principle that if someone does something to in any way break the law, there must be consequences. At the same time, we want to make sure that there is a specialty court available to help veterans who are accused of nonviolent crimes and to make sure that we understand exactly what their condition is.
Veterans courts are a new phenomenon in this country. The first Veterans Court was established just over 2 years ago. But we're optimistic that this is a movement that is going to make a powerful difference in this nation. It was only 20 years ago that the first drug treatment courts were established, first in South Florida and then in the San Francisco Bay Area. 5 years later, there were 15 courts. Today, there are more than 2,000 courts. When we send off our people to war, as the governor has indicated, there are costs associated with that. Of course, there's the cost of deployment. There's the cost of ammunition. But there are many hidden costs. The great thing about this movement, the great thing about this legislation, is that it addresses many of those hidden costs. And we at the Department of Veterans Affairs, starting with Secretary Shinseki and going throughout our more than 200,000 workforce, we stand with the state of Illinois as partners in this effort to address the needs of our veterans. So again, thank you very much.
This is very important. It's very important to support our all-volunteer force. It's very important to support our service members and the veterans. And those that will benefit from this will benefit immensely. And it shows a lot about the support of Illinois to the soldiers and all service members within Illinois.
The reason why we sit here is people died to give us the right to sit here. They died to give us the right to have a great family and a great life. We have the best country in the world because of our American soldiers and sailors, okay? So this is kind of poetic for me because 7 years ago, I've always serviced my veterans because they know who I am and where my heart is. I have a full-time district office in Aurora, but I also employ someone full-time to take care of my veterans. So we serve veterans throughout the state. They come into my office for all issues. 7 years ago, a young father came to me. He was a godfather of a Marine, honorable discharge. He asked me to please get his godson out of the court system in Kane County. He was put in because he tried to hold up a gas station with a plastic pistol. 3 times. He was caught on the 3rd offense. He said, Linda, they're going to send him away to federal prison because it was a plastic gun. Please help me get him removed from that court into the mental illness. Well, I went further. I met with the head judge there. I said, listen, this guy was honorable discharge. He has post-traumatic stress symptoms. He was on medication when you released him, and somewhere he got lost in the system and wasn't getting the services he deserved as one of ours. I said, if you don't have him removed on his own signature to the VA, we're going to have problems here. And I wasn't yet. I was getting ready to be the vice chair of the Veterans Affairs Committee. But I fought for him, and within a matter of months, I worked with his attorney, Mr. Morelli. I worked with the court system there. Phenomenal people wanting to work with me and knew this was an issue. And we got him signed out on his own signature, and we took him right to the VA. How many people are out there doing that for our servicemen and women? Okay, so I was so glad to see you bring the idea to Tryon when he heard about these issues. I've been working with Tammy Duckworth, the prior Veterans Affairs Department head, and now she's at our federal level. She's an amazing woman, a great friend of mine, about these issues, but no one was moving fast enough. So God truly put me in the right place for the right reasons. Not only just being part of the task force and be able to be a hyphenated sponsor on this, because people know where I stand with my veterans heart. I mean, I'll do veterans legislation all day long, but there's a lot of other issues, but the most important thing to me are veterans in this country, in this state.